Alrighty then. Let's see, so that should all be live, that should be live. Hey, so, hey for anybody watching, just a quick explanation of what this video is going to actually entail. Something, I've been playing a lot of Lost Ark, something I've been a little bit curious about, so at least this is sort of in part for me and in part for anybody who might be watching it, is once you actually get to Endgame, what does playing that actually look like? And also how long does it take you to do effectively all like the dailies and stuff like that? So that's basically all this video is going to be. It's going to be do all the little daily things, do all the tiny grinds, do all the small stuff, like daily missions, dungeons. I might try one of the abyssal dungeons that I haven't cleared yet. But outside of that, this is mostly just going to be a quick. Let's claim that. Claim that. We got my crafting is finished. Nope. Come on. Event reward. Alright, so let's see. So we have a lot of energy. I'm not going to use it right now. We're just going to go straight to Mia Village. What do we have today? 13 to 15. Did I just miss? I don't think so. It's 12. 13 to 15. Shouldn't that be 1? Shouldn't that be 1 to 2? So we'll just be doing Islands, Lullaby. What's the next thing? Twisting Chaos starts in 55 minutes, along with bosses. So today we have Field Bosses, Chaos Gate, and Ghost Ships. Starts at 19. Drumbeat Tranquil, is there okay, there's 2 sets of islands today for daily island progress. Oh man, this is gonna screw with my... So I'm used to playing this on a... my mechanics are gonna be garbage. I'm used to playing this at a much larger resolution, but in order to make this video, I turned that down. So first up, we're just gonna go do our Chaos Dungeons. If you haven't played Lost Ark at all you need to know is this is basically blitz your way through a billion different enemies at once. When you finish, you get access to you just get a bunch of gear that, at least in the endgame, can be used for gear grafting. I just throw it all into the trash because it's all still terrible. And resources that you use to make upgrading attempts for honing. And doing different versions of this is locked behind your gear score. But for right now, it's basically just going to be a lot of murder. It is interesting seeing how much clutter this screen feels like it has running at this. So also there's other like weekly things that you can do, and the thing is I've mostly done all of them for the week, right? So I've done my weekly quests. I haven't done my repeatable dailies. I've done one of my raids. I've done my ghost ship. So right now we're just going to start with these because nothing spawns on that timer for 55 minutes. I guess looking at this, thinking about the first point, is it's going to be at least 2 hours-ish to do this if you want to actually participate in everything, because you need both the boss kills and then you're going to go and need the island clear as well. And because there's 2 islands today, I guess you'd have to log in like 3 hours apart. Mostly, though, we're just going to follow up and try to finish the general standard daily stuff. So, daily quests, Chaos Dungeons, Guardian Raids. Guardian Raids are probably the most interesting content in the game that are available on a daily basis. The actual raids are... like, the art for them is very beautiful, and some of them were very challenging earlier in the game when you had appropriate parties. But given how high level people are at this point, it's pretty easy to actually just get carried through them. Or carry everybody else. I might try to do the 8-man raid. I was kind of hoping, it looks like since I logged in at like just the start of the hour, I missed the timing for a bunch of stuff. So I guess that's one thing that you could either complain or have opinions about, is that a lot of things in this game are on timers. And they're a main source of like a lot of resources and stuff that you get. I think I'm one off finishing Peto, so I might actually try to do that today. Depends. Blowing shit up. Blowing shit up. Maybe I should make my other goal for today. Let's see. So nobody's going to watch the stream, but I think the two things I want to work on are not using filler words like and stuff like that and leaving dead air, and maybe not swearing as much as for profanity. No one's going to watch this, so I can actually say whatever I want. And for example, explain why that's something I'd actually like to be practicing doing is because Hollow Stars EN is doing auditions, and there's zero way that I'm qualified to get in on this first round. But for round 2, which will theoretically eventually happen, right? I don't know. I'd like to try something like that. I don't dislike my actual job, but I would like to, I don't know, do something more entertaining, do something more interesting. But the reality of it is if I'm being completely honest right now I have 0 following, I have 0 music production capability. I'm not a professional artist by any means. I'm a senior consultant at a computer company who does things with computers. So right now I don't think I would mesh well with auditions for any of their roles. I do Game Metrodon. I write the Game Metrodon stuff once a week, but it's probably not enough of a content creation profile to even warrant attention. But that's just for now. I can always just keep practicing and keep getting better at stuff. So in either case, that's why I think it'd probably be valuable for me to master the art of not using filler words and not using profanity instead of filler words. Also because I tried to do that on the Elden Ring stream yesterday and I got so close for a brief moment there. So that's one clear. Okay, leave. Yes, there's no more wards to be grabbed. What else have I done today? I went for a walk. That was nice. Painted a bunch of minis. Well, I'm going to paint more minis. I painted a bunch last night. I was like, I'm going to go to bed early, right around 11. And then immediately after that, I got on Discord with some friends. I'm like, well, I'm not on my computer, so how late can this make me stay up? Anyway, then it was 2 a.m. Most of the stuff I was painting was just a bunch of old War Machine figures that I have. I really like War Machine, mostly for the aesthetic. What's funny is that I love games, but I've never actually played War Machine because I got it way back in high school. There was a period of time in high school where I had a bunch of interests that I was never able to actually really do. So Dungeons and Dragons, War Machine, a lot of actually computer games because I couldn't play those either. I had a MacBook. It could run Team Fortress 2 badly. I got a lot of use out of that MacBook though. I had that MacBook through all of college. I didn't get another computer until after college. This computer that I have right now, I guess I've had this machine for like 6 or 7 years now. That's probably why it has a 1080 in it, and that was top of the line at the time. It's a pre-built. It's a pre-built because for years I was like, I will build a PC this year. Black Friday, I'll go out, I'll buy all the parts, I'll go on a PC part picker. Now, right now that's obviously impossible because if you want to build a PC, you're going to have to rob one of the ocean-like shipping containers that's bringing all of the good parts over to somebody who's going to use them to mine Bitcoin. But the general premise of it was, at least several years ago, you could actually go out and buy things. What a novel concept. So I was going to build a PC, and every year Black Friday would roll around, and every year I'd be like, I didn't do any prep for this at all. I have no idea what I'm doing. And then I wouldn't buy any parts. And so finally, after I graduated, I was like, all right, I can see where this is going. Like, I do work with software professionally, but in terms of my ability to do hardware, one of my senior projects in college was basically to hook up a set of VR goggles to an underwater robot that my friends built. And so I hacked together this little thing in Unity that basically projected the image from the camera onto a surface, and I built all that. And I'm like, all right, let's do this. Let's see how well this works. They had a whole PC that they built. It was this huge cube. It was great. And so then they're like, all right, here's this PC we've built you. Here's the expensive early version of the Oculus. Like, do your thing. So I was trying to set this all up, and I was like, I hooked everything up, had the thing there. Like, why isn't this working? I think something's broken with the PC. Nothing was broken. I plugged the USB cables into a cable that, wasn't actually there. And I was like, why is this not working? I've plugged this USB cable in. It's not connected to anything on the other side. In either case, this is why I have a pre-built PC, because I'm an idiot when it comes to hardware. It's also why I'm sometimes like, hey, friend who has actual hardware and equipment, can you please help me 3D print something for a secret project? Let's see. Cleaning up all the trash. Oh, I'm missing the boss over here. Swap. And obliterate. Obliterate. Food for the moose, food for the moose, oblivion, oblivion. Food for the moose, food for the moose, oblivion, oblivion. I don't know why that is so much fun to sing. That's got to be like that's probably the oldest weird in-joke in my life. For anybody who doesn't get it, that's fine. If you weren't in my scout troop when I was much, much younger, you wouldn't get it at all. All you need to know is that for some reason, we went up on this winter hike one time, and it's up in this cabin on a mountain. Now, it's not like a deserted mountain in the middle of nowhere. It's a mountain that has like a small ski lift on it, basically. But we're up in this cabin, and for some reason, like, we just, like, I don't know what the adults would, in retrospect, this has got to be fucking terrifying for the adults, because we all just started, like, singing, like, that song, it's just food for the moose, oblivion, oblivion, food for the moose, oblivion, oblivion, food for the moose, oblivion, oblivion, and rinse and repeat ad infinitum. And in retrospect, if I was an adult on that trip and just a bunch of like 12 to like 17-year-olds just started chanting that in the middle of a cabin in the forest, I would be fucking terrified. Oh, so much for that not swearing thing. Oh, well, I think that one was called for. But it's very fun to sing. It's a lot of fun to sing. I don't know if it's from something. So a lot of the other stuff we would sing was either Weird Al songs, or in my case, me and a friend would sing Jonathan Colton songs, because that's what we were big into at the time. Let's see, some more trash to clear. The end result, though, is that I'm sure that there's like one or two adults. I don't know. I liked that mountain. Other moments on that trip include me emptying like an entire jar of spaghetti sauce. So we'd bring up food, and we'd cook the food. We cook the spaghetti. There's like a little gas stove in the cabin, and I just emptied an entire jar of like pasta sauce onto my pasta. I wonder if I can still find that photo. I bet I can. Thank you, Facebook, for always watching. All right, so while we're loading back in, so that's, in either case, that's Chaos Dungeons done. Chaos Dungeons are pretty simple. You just do that, you do the trash. I was pretty much brain off, no thinky for most of that. Let's see if I can find this photo. It's got to be about 1 billion years old. Yes, I found it. Oh god. Just gonna. All right, so we're gonna queue for this, and then I'm going to show the photo of the time 8 million years ago, where I just put all of the. God, I was not like a bad person as like a kid / teenager, but I was just so. I was very out of it. As an adult, I'm not sure that's 100% changed. I think I'm probably still pretty much out of it. I'm just aware that I'm out of it. I was just sort of just doing my own thing, just vibing. And sometimes that meant eating like all of, wow, this feels much darker. Eating tang from like the can. Just not with a spoon or anything, just sort of pouring it out and putting it into my mouth. I can't see anything. Let's see. All right, so this, I need to try to focus a little bit on doing this actual fight, or I will wipe this for whichever poor individuals have been suckered into doing it with me. Come on. Is this a stagger check? It must have been the stagger check. I'm taking a lot more damage than I would have liked. I miss my full screen monitor. So the thing is, I don't think it makes the actual like scale and size of stuff much different, but it does increase the like horizontal range that's covered. And it also, from what I'm, okay, let's pop that. I think it also makes it so that the UI elements are a bit like less proportioned out on the screen. Because like if you're looking at this, it's like there's like this is the cube of non-UI for this game. I can hide that. Can I hide the map? Can I hide the raid indicator or the party indicator? Like you don't actually have a lot of space to see anything at this resolution, which is kind of difficult because they are trying to get you to play Monster Hunter. Ow. Ow. My spleen. My spine. Pop that. Anybody who ever actually like plays this game aggressively watches this, I'm sure they're going to have just like a heart attack from watching me crack barrage into nothing. Alright. I didn't even pick that up, and I wasted an Ether Predator charge. But anyway, so in terms of content, this is the second type of like all daily content. You can do 2 Guardian raids a day. Like with many things in this game, if you don't actually have the like time to do them, there's both a catch-up mechanic of, hey, you'll build up bonus, and then after you come back from not playing with bonus charge, is that going to burst? Or does that just put up the wall? Then you will have, oh, hey, that's my Ether Predator charge. Ow, ow, ow. All my health. But we've got a paladin, so it's okay. The only way this can possibly go wrong is if I catastrophically fail DPS in Phase 2. Speaking of catastrophically failing DPS, I should be using my Awakening. Oh. Let's see, where are you going? Where did you come from? Where did you go? Something, Cotton Eye Joe. So I guess right now there's one other piece of like semi-daily content that, depending on how long doing all these Guardian raids takes, I will switch over to. But we've still got 40 minutes till the next hour, which is where all of the big content stuff comes in. So assuming we clear this on par with about what I'm expecting, which at this point, for this guy is about, it's like 7 minutes for this fight. And then the slow clears, what I get parties of people who are lower level, is like 11 minutes. And by lower level, I mean people who are the same level as me. Because the next big set of like gear upgrades and the next raid in this tier, raid's kind of the next fight that you unlock against one of these large chunky boys doesn't show up until 1370. And 1370 is basically one of the breakpoints. It's not a new tier, but it is a lot of new stuff to fight. So the way that Lost Ark works, I guess there's not too much point in explaining this mechanic, but it'll give me something to talk about. Is anyone popping? There's the flare. This way's faster. The way Lost Ark works is that you have your item level. It is effectively your actual level. I know that there's a level down here with combat level on it. It doesn't mean anything. It really doesn't. And there's 3 tiers of item level. Each time you go up a tier, basically kiss all your gear from the last tier, just goodbye. And within those tiers, let's pop that. I might have kind of screwed us by not saving the Awakening for Phase 2. Anyway, each time you go up a tier, all your gear from the last tier is complete garbage, and then even within that tier, you'll be basically perpetually upgrading stuff. Be it your weapons or your other items. But the main form of upgrades is a thing called gear honing. So you take gear that's, say, item level, let's start with tier 3, right? Or let's say that your gear is now 1302. That's the starting point for tier 3. You spend mats, and then it has a chance to upgrade into a piece of gear that's 1305-ish. Now, the thing that's sort of both good, there's good things and there's mostly bad things about the way the system specifically works. The mostly bad thing, wow, that's a lot of damage. The mostly bad thing about this is that the way you're not guaranteed to get an upgrade, right? Like, so I will get a bunch of honing mats out of doing this raid. Cool. Okay, that was pretty clean. We'll get a bunch of mats out of doing this raid. I will then go spend them. There's no guarantee that actually increases my item level. $6.27. Yeah, that's about on par, just about 7 minutes. Let's please ignore the... What did I do? I provided semi-stagger. Which is to say, nothing. Alright, that's all the raids. I claimed everything. I wonder if the dudes who... Alright, it's a lot of junk. I don't feel like looking through this. I'm just gonna... Alright, 52, 37, 51, 36. If it's not blue or gold, I do not care. Alright. Into the garbage bin it goes. I'm sure that's causing someone to die a little bit inside, but hey. Alright. Nixion, matchmaking. Let's go. Anyway, basically, you can spend materials and fail to actually make progress toward increasing your item level. Your item level is used as a gate of what content you can do. And we're all cheap, so none of us have flares. Oh, that guy's got flares. But player number 1 is going the long way around. What do we have? We have Gunlancer, Artillerist. So we have somebody who's tanky and can pull aggro, but the rest of us are all DPS. There's no shields. So I should probably try to be slightly more awake than I was previously. Not a lot more awake, understand. Just a smidge. Just a wee smidge. Ow. Let's grab Ether Predator, we'll grab my stacks, we'll just keep on shooting. But we don't have a Paladin, and I took a lot of damage last run, and probably would have died if I hadn't been being healed and shielded for a large portion of that. Would you cease? Cease! We have a Gunlancer, so we have somebody who can... Okay, this is a stagger check. I'm aware that some of you don't think this is a stagger check, but it is a stagger check. let's keep going. Keeping on, keeping on. Alright, so now you can see that his claws have changed color, so he switched phases. But yeah, Guardian Raids, second big. You do these things every day, basically. They're the big source of mats that you need to upgrade stuff. And you unlock new content by upgrading stuff. That was probably a waste of my flamethrower there. Is he gonna slice again? That doesn't count as breaking my prohibition against swearing. Oh. Ow. He's gonna do the swipe, isn't he? No, he's gonna do the dash. He also puts this buff that slows you on you, but honestly, you could purge it by stepping outside of the annoying circle for half a second, and it really doesn't matter. Oh my god. You'd think I played enough Dota to be used to things with turn speed. So what else was I gonna work on or do today? It's not this video or games. Well, there's the secret project. I'd like to do some more on that. I went for my walk already. What else? I'd like to do... I have a rant to finish. I have to figure out what I want to write about for this week. Still not Elden Ring, because that's still not actually played through. What else have I been playing recently? I could sort of cop out and do an item about just like a single mechanic in Lost Ark. Or a single content type, excuse me. I was thinking about doing one for like the continents versus islands versus the rest of it. Gonna keep on shooting. Oh, great. That was bad. Also, I'm cheap, so we're not using the other resurrect. What was that? I have not... That was just all my health very quickly. Was that a missed stagger check? It's got to be right. Let's grab one stack of ether. That is the other downside to not having any supports and being me, which is I take a lot of damage, and Ether Predator is just... Ether Predator is pretty awful in a lot of contexts, is just the reality of it. But Ether Predator was also way, way cheaper than like Grudge or any of the other mainline ones. And if you can get the stacks and keep them up, the numbers are still pretty decent. It's just the whole keep the stacks up thing. Let's see. What else do I want to do at some point this week? Please let me use my shield game. Ow. I don't know. I need to get some birthday presents for folks. It's another thing that needs to happen. I think this is the fastest route. Yeah, this is not going to be a fast clear. That's 6 minutes in. He's doing the thing. I don't think he's... I think he's like... Maybe he's at 30% when he does that thing. I wonder if I should save the Awakening at this point. So, for anybody watching who's like, wow, is this how I'm supposed to play the game? No. No. Please don't use me as a guide for, like, optimal anything, really. So, for example, these Awakening skills. I really should be using these at the start of the raid, and then 5 minutes into the raid, because then I'd be getting 2 shots out of them. And instead, I'm using them... Wow, that's a lot of damage. At all the wrong points in time. Okay. Well, he's entered last phase, so we're just gonna pop that now. Ow. Oh no. Would you kindly not? I would love it if you did not seem to have such a hate boner for me. I think we're kind of at risk of failing this off. So the other thing this guy does is at the last part of this fight, like right here, you can see there's a bunch of debuffs in the corner on me. Basically, we're all taking permanent dots, and there's nothing we can do about it. That's not true. There is something you can do about it. It's called Panacea. I'm not spending my gold when I might not need to make better attempts when clearing this with randos, because I'm a bad person. Yep, and I'm dead again. Note how the rest of my team has not had to use resurrections. The technical term for what I am right now is dead weight, or mooch. Is knowing that going to stop me from doing this? No. No, it is not. Yeah, but he only starts doing that like right near the end of the fight, so. Oh, I definitely contributed in a meaningful way. Let's see. Yep, minute over 7. Semi-stagger, otherwise known as didn't do anything. All right, so that is both of our. Gimme. A man after midnight. Give me those rocks. All right, so now we're gonna go play Farmville real quick, which I guess is not technically required as far as mechanics go, but it'll give me a moment to figure out what else I'm gonna do for the rest of my quests. I might. Tracking the Covetous Legion. Rank B. Captured port. Rank that. I need to find a way to spend more. This is all fine. See if I'm better. 44 versus 24. Yeah. I don't have any special content I want to run on this character. Crafting workshop. Can I craft any more? No. I wanted to make a apprentice hunting tool, or a hunting tool, depth hunting tool, foraging, logging, mining, hunting. Oh, I burned all my rare relics. That would be why. All right, we're just gonna bake one of those real quick, and I don't really use battle items because I'm a bad person and I'm cheap. We're gonna pretend that we didn't see that we have stuff to craft those. All right, we've queued up that. We've queued up that. What's this guy got? Still fire and ice. That might be worth buying, actually. What's the secret map? Adventure Llama. Legendary card grouping. What does he got on open sale? Overwhelm. I think I already own. Let's see. I do own Green Overwhelm. So why is that listed as buyable? I guess maybe there's multiple sources for it. Machine Repair, Festival of Fire and Ice. We're gonna go grab. You know what? This guy shows up often enough. I'm not spending anything else on this. Okay. Toki starts in 11 minutes, so I might go do that one. I wonder what Ollie is up to these days. Right. Bleak Night Fog. Playing by the Pirates rules. Ruffians in the Ground. Taking on Toki. Are we going to be able to finish Toki in time to get back for a world boss? Actually, probably yes, because we'll chain Toki into one of the other ones. Okay, so I need to get Bleak Night Fog done, regardless. We're just going to do... In case you were wondering if this game is pay to win, no, you can just spend money to buy things that let you instantly complete your dailies. You don't get the rewards for the mail, you just get the rep. Which is fine, because otherwise, doing this quest will take you 12 weeks. And I don't have time for that. Alright, so we've got Toki Island, Azure. So we're just going to use my Azure Wind Warp, because I am lazy. Probably could have sailed there and chained this into Hypnos. That might have been the smarter way to do this. Yeah, whatever. Alright, so now we're on to daily quests. Daily quests. You can take 3 daily quests a day. Nobody does them if it wasn't for the fact that they give you like high-tier collectibles and cash. They tend to be go to a place, do a thing. The reality of it is that the go to the place is usually more effort than the do the thing. Just gonna try to attack as many of these assholes as I can. Ride like the wind ether. Alright, let's keep on keeping on. This one is basically just kill a bunch of these bugs. There's also an event going on that also involves killing bugs, so it's like, okay, 2 bugs with 1 bug stone. Carrot, I would love it if you would lock onto some of these enemies a little faster. I'll take the roster XP and the silver, and then I just need to make sure that I get tag credit for the large chunky boys. I guess my chart got me tag credit on that bottom one. Yep, and this gives you Azure Wind Crystals, which you can trade for books. But we need to kill 25 of these little buggers, so we're just buggies. Buggos. Buggoos? Are there any vowels that I missed right there? Toki starts in 7 minutes. This might not be... Let's see. Seven more? I can clear 7 more in 2 minutes. This should be fine. 2 more. Then we'll warp over to Vern. Rush the Toki. One daily done. Come on. I need to buy more crystalline aura, but it doesn't expire for 7 days, so I'll buy it right when it's about to go out. That is basically their premium membership feature. It's not like you can buy it with in-game currency effectively because of how the system works. Now we just look for the 9 million people asking where Toki. Actually, I don't. I'm just gonna play it safe. It's gonna be a boring-ish several minutes, but I can use that time to search for that incredible photo of me with the lake of spaghetti sauce. It's a good photo. We're fully repaired. It's at sale. Now the great thing about Toki is that I don't even have to care where it is because somebody else will have already found it, because everybody's basically, some of these daily quests give a set of collectibles called a Giant's Heart. Collecting Giant Hearts give you good stuff. Everybody wants the good stuff. I could use my completion tokens, but I'm mostly saving those for things like Bleak Night's Fog. Let's see. Playing by the Pirates rules, Toki, and then one more. Oh, fastest sailing sprint. Is that one actually almost done? You know, I hate fast sailing sprint. I don't even care. Now that should have given me access to... So the thing is, I'm about to finish up the defense as well. The difference between Peto and the Hypnos Isle quest is that I kind of like the Hypnos Isle quest. Peto's quest is literally do nothing. Like, just drive in a circle and do nothing. Fast sailing sprint Eurus. Down to roster on pickup. Does it require me to actually do anything? Hey, we got Eurus. How far is Toki? And who are we going to be doing for our... We would have to warp to Phaeton and then go up, but he also doesn't drop a token. And I don't have... It'll probably be Harvest Lord again. Where's Konar? Ironhammer Mine. Do I have clears on Konar? Northburn. Nope, I want Yorn. I already have the clears on Yornar. Oh, I guess I have a bunch of progression on Yorn. I guess I just didn't care because I didn't actually get the new. Yeah, the other stuff is the ones that I care about. I guess there's no reason to not just claim it. Canut. I don't remember fighting that guy. It's a good thing that those letters are arranged in that order. It would be bad if they were in a slightly different order. Let's see. I want to keep the rest of this. Alright, so here's Toki. Just going to wait for 2 minutes, which means it's time for another round of Inventory Tetris. Alright. You can go in the stash with the rest of the stuff. I really need to just go do these. These are Ice Wings, I think, right? Wait. Oh, I see. Clinkety clink. There go my bones. Move those two up around here. Use the Phoenix Feathers. And I guess since we're bored, so we're going to probably chain this. Actually, this might work out really well for us. Yeah, it does. There's Harvest Island. All right. So basically, I guess it's time to talk about the next daily after this one. So right now, we're just prepping to do a daily quest that involves murdering a lot of basically what amounts to like off-brand raccoons, best value. And we're going to chain this into doing I guess I'm missing. No, we're going to chain this into doing the boss. So I won't be missing any other timer events. Field bosses, ghost ship. So this will be island. This will be island and then field boss, and then the only thing left will be chaos. Chaos portals. McFunkin. I guess we should do some fishing since we're already here. Nope, everybody else already has a party. When does this start? 2 minutes? Because the timers are screwed up again. That's fine, everybody knows how they work at this point, so it's not as big a deal. Let's see. There was nobody at all. No, wait, Toki isn't an island. What am I talking about? Toki's a daily. Yeah. So we will do Toki and then a field boss, and then we'll leave Chaos Gates and Adventure Islands. Are we going to miss? Is it going to be possible to get to any of these? Yeah. I already used the Vorn Warp. 13 to 15. So if there's two sets, are there two sets of, is there a repeating? on Drumbeat Azura. Yes, there is a repeat in 2 hours. And then there's Volair and Harmony in 6 hours. Okay, so I might have picked a terrible day or a really good day to demonstrate what like daily content looks like in this game. Okay, what? Stand still. There we go. I got my contribution credits. And now we basically sit here and just kill these poor small budget, I'm doing the mangly word things, kill these budget raccoons again. Alright, so I have tag credit, cool. Um, 20, 27, there's only 4 more that's going to maximum at me. Alright, so at 31 for this, it swaps to the other location, basically. So it looks like its portal's going to be top. So it's going to be portal top, and then portal mid over here. I guess I might as well just work to do cleanup. So I guess there were enough people here that it's probably not actually needed. I'm going to wait till we clear 5 more, and then I'm going to switch. That's probably enough. So the usual strat for this island is actually that you get in a party of 4 people, and then you put 1 person at each of the 3 spawns, and then 1 somewhere that they can grab the other aspects of it. And then you all get the maximum amount of drops. But the thing is that all the drops from this island that aren't like the tokens are literally garbage. Like, literally broken pieces of glass. Not even like broken pieces of beach glass. I miss beachcombing. That was fun. As we all know, the appropriate response to a small series of raccoons is a mobile, like, semi-magic powered artillery platform. Okay, so I think they've actually finished spawning here. I think there's more likely to be. Okay. So we'll finish this, and then I can do the field boss at any time today. I can't do the island at any time today. Doing the island is going to take more effort than doing the field boss. How long have I been playing at this point? Just an hour. Still, that's an hour. Here's what I will do. I will... I'm going to probably end the stream after I do the boss and finish the last daily, because I don't really feel like streaming for an extra hour that has effectively no purpose, which is pretty much what doing... I'll end the stream after I stop having stuff to do, right? But if it gets to the point where I'm like, alright, now we're just going to wait for an hour until the next set of events spawns and the Chaos Gate spawns and stuff like that, I'm just not going to do it. Ooh, Tukey Caliber. I wish Tukey Caliber had more uses. be fair, it does have a use. It has a use in like what is actually one of my favorite boss quests in this game. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to go jump to the boss next. Then we will... So let's think about this for a moment. I'm just trying to route. Turn in Tukey, and don't do the thing that I always do where I miss it, and then I feel incredibly stupid. How many more do I have to do? I feel like this guy is secretly like some sort of evil genius. All right. Now we're going to go rush down toward Orvis. We're going to clear the Pumpkin for our field boss clear. For anybody wondering why we're doing Orvis as opposed to something higher tier, the reason we're doing Orvis is because I don't have the token for this fight yet. And also it's like 1 minute away, so I can actually get there in time. I could probably get to the Chaos Gate if I actually wanted to, but I'm not really feeling it. So we'll go clear this field boss, see if we can get the island token. And then we'll go finish up dailies, and then we might call it a day. So I guess the optimal way to play this game is if you started it at just the right time of day. Like, let's say 15 minutes before the hour, right? The way it would work is that you have enough time to hit your first... You want to hit your first event of some form, and then chain it into... Alright, Harvest Larb Incarnate. Come on, you fight pumpkin. I'm lazy. This is a waste of silver, but I'm still doing it. Did I do that while he was still in his opening invincibility phase? I think I did. Well, that's 5 minutes down the drain. We don't have a lot of people for this. That, or we're just doing very little damage, which doesn't seem quite right to me because I'm 13 and this is 880. I shouldn't be able to like solo it, but it should be going faster than this. Let's see. Two, 20 bars. Are we clearing this in time? 2 bars in 1:30, 15 minutes. So 2 bars in 1:30 is 4 bars in 3 minutes. 15 divided by 3 is... I can't do math. I'm just going to shoot him. I wonder if that's in the public domain or not. Because isn't it like isn't that actually isn't Yakety Sax? Am I thinking of... No, I'm confusing Yakety Sax with the like circus song. No, wait. I was singing the circus song. That one might be in the public domain. And then Yakety Sax is pretty sure Yakety Sax isn't. It should be, though. Someone should just raise the money and just buy Yakety Sax and then be like, all right, Creative Commons. Oh, yeah, baby. I've always wondered how, like, quote-unquote, buying a song would work, right? Because the reality of it is, at this point, the thing that actually, like, enforces any of that stuff is going to be effectively, like, copyright algorithms, right? So let's say I go out and I find somebody, I'm like, or alternately, let's say I go out and I find my friend, right? I'm like, hey, I'll give you like $200 for a song. That's probably not enough, but like $200 for the song rights in perpetuity, and then I release it into Creative Commons. Or let's say, because let's elaborate on this a little. I have some friends that make music, right? I don't know if they have like a label or what, but I know they're like professional musicians, for lack of a better way of putting it. If I go to them and I'm like, hey, I will buy this song from you, right? And maybe they don't have a label, or maybe they kept the rights to certain things when they had the label, for like $800. And then I put the song, I'm like, hey, I'll buy all the rights, and then I'm going to go put the song in the public domain. I put it in the public domain. How do I make sure that people aren't actually trying to claim it, right? Like, is there some anti like copyright claim thing? Like, it's like you put a list of songs where like, hey, you've legally proven that this song is in the public domain, and if any of the algorithms try to claim it, it's because the people doing it are just immense dicks. False copyright claims and patent trolls are just the worst thing. Patent trolls are maybe they're both pretty bad. They're both just bad in different directions. Patent trolls are a waste of oxygen, though. Any rent-seeking behavior is pretty bad, honestly. Anybody who thinks otherwise disagrees with me is a rent seeker. All right, let's see. Let's just keeping on shooting. All right, 9 minutes. So that's like, yeah, we're clearing this. It's just going to take a little while. Yeah, so this is like basically the other form of, so there's dailies, right, which is here's a big list of things, pick which ones you want to do. You can do 3 in a day. There are the chaos dungeons and those raids, which are, you get two clears worth of good loot a day. You can do them more, but you get very, very little in exchange for doing it after those first 2. So unless you are trying to grind incredibly hard, to my mind, there's no point in doing it. Because I don't intend to go that hard. Pew, 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 pew. Wonder how much fun I'm having. That's sort of the other reason I'm making this video, is I'm trying to figure out if I'm going to keep playing Lost Ark. If I had more people to play it with, basically, I definitely would. But I'm not super interested in joining any of the sorts of online groups. I kind of wanted to just play it with my friends. So I don't think games are actually games are fun, but the problem with like groups dedicated to playing a specific game is that sort of stuff quickly turns into a lot of munchkining and meta behavior and stuff like that. And for me, that's not a fun way to play. Bite me, David Serlin. Basically, it's not even trying too hard, right? It's just, if you play a game and you have that one friend in the group that is way better than everybody else, like, it's good for them, right? It's cool that they've developed that skill, but it's not fun to play against them. It's not fun to play games with or against people where the skill ceiling is just very different, right? Not a skill ceiling, where like their skill cap is just up here and you are down here, at least for me. And because it's not very fun, it's like there's no real point to doing it. The problem with stuff that's like an MMO or any sort of like online game is that if you're not playing it with people who you're sort of have a good way to compare yourself against, at least for me, it feels bad to be like, oh, hey, everybody else is like 5 million miles ahead of Endgame, and I'm over here like, all right, got home from work, time to start getting my way towards maps, right? So it's like Path of Exile, for example, is the most fun for me in private leagues because like you're only playing with / not quite but sort of competing against a pretty small group of people. There's other things actually for Path of Exile about why I prefer private leagues at this point, but that's probably the big one. And the same thing is true of like Lost Ark, right? Like if you're going to go play with a community of people, you're going to have people like relatively speaking, I'm probably sort of I'm at tier 3 items, right? But I'm not doing endgame raids. I don't have any of the meta equipment. My actual gear is pretty trash at the moment. Did I get the... I did not. Time to cry myself to sleep. Alright. See if I can stand somewhere where the trash hits everybody but me. Strong will, fortitude. I don't want either of these. Oh boy, $5. Thank you, Shin's Chaos, for your donation to the I'm Very Poor Fund. Aha, what if I outbid you, though? I will make an equal donation to the Everybody Else is Dead Poor Fund. I hate this island. Oh, I can't summon mounts. Right. I don't hate this island actually in particular. I actually really like this island's aesthetic and stuff, but I hate any island that is just so choked with trash that you cannot actually use Song of Escape and escape. Alright, so the next one is Hypnose, right? We could warp back to Punica, but I don't actually feel like doing that. Who am I kidding? I'm warping back. It's much faster. So we're going to finish this last daily, and then we're going to call it for the moment, I think. I probably should have boosted the in-game audio, but I got to fix my audio. I know it's still pretty bad. I'm to go do this last quest and acquire another boat for my boat collection. Boat collection, boat collection. Hypnosize. Is there anything else that starts anytime soon? No. So I guess that's kind of the thing, though, right? Is I can see what the rest of my day would turn into, which is playing this even more. Probably should have sailed over. That would give me time to go make a sandwich. Average view duration. Big fat 0. Chat rate. Concurrent viewers. You may be beginning to see a theme here. I wonder what I could do if I was actually going to try to. That's untradeable. Time to play. Yeah, we'll play Tetris later. There's no real rewards from doing this, so. Outside of the, obvious one of getting the boat. Alright, so this is the last daily we're going to do. At which point we will have completed a surprisingly low amount of content, actually. I think this is the last one I need for this boat, though. Did I? Oh, I see why it's lagging. I was a barking up fighting with God while it was late at night. See, there's a bunch of great music that's like, man, it'd be cool if I could play this while streaming, but I guarantee that I can't. It's weird. We've managed to like take something that was effectively a hobbyist thing and turn it into a weird, like, not hobbyist thing. Like, it's an actual career, I guess. But like all of the professional standards and stuff of being a hobbyist are still expected of the, I guess for lack of a better way of putting it, amateurs. Remote mail. Wow, this is worthless. It's less than worthless, my boy. Gravity Falls was a good show. Oh yes, Fortitude for my Fortitude collection. Moon's Breath, Bound. Alright, assholes. I was just trying to put some stuff away. Ah, I did the swearing thing again. I guarantee if I thought about this like I was presenting it professionally for work or something, I would avoid swearing. Maybe that's how I should do it. That's so boring, though. It's hard to both simultaneously maintain a state of free-flowing consciousness and not pausing, but also be able to just avoid... Like, I use profanity as filler words, right? Like, I could probably use, like, gosh darn it, and heck, and friggin'. I know that... Okay, so I know that... I wonder if cripes constitutes a... It probably doesn't. I know that... Let's see. I don't think it... No, I'm not going to count it as extensive swearing if we reward info. I don't care about any of those. So, there was a point that back when I used to read a lot of Harry Potter, I would use bloody as a word, right? And I think... So I apologize to anybody in Englandish. Actually, no, I don't. This content's marked as not for kids. No one's going to watch it anyway. Bloody apparently is like a much worse... It's closer to like an actual swear, I guess. Whereas I would never have considered it that. Like, if I said like, hey, my arm's kind of bloody or something like that, right? Versus, hey, my arm is F'd to A. So I think I sort of stopped using that then. But I'm wondering, like, cripes can't possibly be one of those words, right? That'd just be stupid. I'm gonna make a sandwich after this. It's gonna be chicken, some hard cheddar, a little mayo, and a hamburger bun. It's gonna be delicious. Shooting all the wolves, shooting all the wolves. This is why they're endangered. Because people keep putting them into pits to fight to the death. Let's close that. Let's close that. Go back to Twitter. wonder if it makes sense to tweet these live streams. Probably not. I think this is the last one of these dudes I have to clear. Yep. Cool. And that should give me my boat. Boat for the boat god. Skulls for the boat throne. We're big on boats here. Anything interesting on Twitter? Who's this person? Interesting. Dangle money in front of nonprofit elevators. Okay. So what it actually is somebody... Alright, complete that quest. Character, roster... Reputation, claim all. Oh, that gives you a lot of pirate coins. Hand over the Tragon, buddy. Calvasis. Oh, interesting. This one actually requires me to go somewhere, which is here. So let's go do that quickly. Anyway, so at this point, we have finished the daily quests. We've finished one of 3 of the other. Technically, it looks like it's 4 today. Other things that you can do. I'm just going to put that there. What is this film? Elga? I think that's the one about the fly who, like, the dude who gets reincarnated as a fly and then... So let's see. Roster quest, Anchor of the Tempest. Senior Rockendal. Rockendalen. Rockendolgen. Rockendolken. The Dolken Rolken. Alright, so let's queue that up. So actually, this is actually a good example of how you end up playing like a billion hours of Lost Ark. Is that you log in, you're like, I'm just going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, right? You queue everything up, you get everything ready, and then somewhere in that chain of events, you get distracted by something like this little quest. And then you're like, okay, I'm just going to play for like 5 more minutes, right? Like right now, I'm like, oh, I'm just going to go and see if I can finish this boat quest. Anchor of the Tempest or own a dragon in your roster. I wonder if there were like alternate ways to unlock these boats at certain points in time. Probably were. Do 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 do. This is the other thing that eats up a lot of time if you don't have all the Bifrost slots unlocked, is just waiting to cross the ocean. Unknown island has disappeared. Or, like, for example, I'd be like, oh, I want to go play Spida Islands now. But I'm probably going to stop after I say I'm going to stop as I'm going to be like, I must have the boat. I must have it. It must be mine. I need to figure out how to fix my microphone so that my voice sounds... I don't know. How do you fix a microphone so that your voice doesn't sound good? Plump crab. Spearfish. God, am I going to have to go... Okay. Look up how... Crew application form. Jeffrey Dahmer. What about Team Libra? Guinea coin. Sun coin. So I now have... I'll have the Tragon if I can get this last Anchor of the Tempest. Alright, let's go look up how you actually get this. $5K Septims coin. How long until these guys despawn? Well, let's get rid of all of this junk from Toki. White Wind, Plasmonk. 9 minutes until the sale ends. Is this one just permanently here? I guess so. So that would spawn in 10 minutes, so we could wait 10 minutes, and then it would be almost time for the Chaos Dungeon, so we might as well do that, and then, but we're not going to fucking do that. What we're going to do is... Actually, I can use those right now, never mind. So... I don't know why I keep these. I don't know why the game keeps giving them to me. I have literally no use for them. I really wish the game would not. But I'm going to keep stacking them there as a reminder of... I don't know what exactly I'm reminding myself of. Mostly that I'm annoyed that I keep getting them. I could go back to Punica. What else? I should sell the rest of these healing pots that I have no use for. Ah, my nose is itchy. Maybe it's just my apartment that sucks. There was somebody here a second ago who was going to buy garbage. Oh, it's shop. There we go. Alright, I don't need shitty health pots. And I don't really need food either. Okay, that one's actually might be kind of relevant. I'm just going to keep it in case I ever do have a use for it. Do I want... I don't feel like managing... I don't feel like playing Tetris right now with the rest of this, so we're just gonna... We're gonna call it a... But this doesn't... How did I get so much roster XP? Okay, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go to home, Hearth and Home. I'm going to see if I need to start crafting the ship for use in dispatch so I can get a research ticket complete. I'm going to swap to my alt. I'm going to very quickly... I'm not going to swap to my alt. I want to end my stream after I see if there's a research ticket I can complete. Management. Yes, that's kind of what I figured. Nobody at all. All right, it'd be better for progression if I did this differently, but I want to end the stream here. Thank you, anybody who might have watched, most likely by accident. And I'm just going to keep using these streams, I guess, to keep practicing stuff. Yeah. Thanks for watching.